what's going on, everyone? I'm Phil Cooper.
I'm Justin Cooper.
And today's the first episode of Chat TRC. So we're really excited about doing this. We've been talking about it for quite a bit. We've kind of had a go around with it a few years back, but this first time we've kind of done something like this. You want to share kind of a little about TRC and Total Roofing?
Yeah, a little bit about Total Roofing and Construction. We've been in business since 1985. We have a location in Dalton, Illinois. We also have our new headquarters in Schererville, Indiana. We've been doing a lot of commercial roofing as far as expanding into the multifamily, residential, and siding and windows industry. The last 10 years, we've been doing a lot of restoration work with all the storms that Illinois and Indiana has been receiving.
So that was a really good prompt. Justin pulled that from Chat GPT. No, yeah, as you said, we've been in business quite a bit. And how long have you actually been with Total Roofing?
I've been with Total Roofing for about 18 years now.
Nice. Myself, 13 years on and off. We're kind of like the roofing mafia in terms of the family. But no, really the goal is, obviously, as he said, we have extensive history with trades. We kind of just want to put together a segment monthly just to discuss kind of ways we can help you guys as property owners, maybe homeowners, soon-to-be homeowners, or you have a pestering issue at a complex you're dealing with. So I think we have some ideas on how we want to showcase and share that with you as well. But one of the things, we're in January, it's snowing out here in Schererville, Indiana. What's common out here around this time of the year?
A couple big problems this time of the year is usually one of the biggest ones, ice damming, right? So, with the accumulation of all the snow backing up on the roofs, you start to see the water, protrude through the shingles where the ice starts to grow up as far as backing up underneath the shingles and buckling, and then homeowners start to see, dripping and moisture along the inside of the heated wall. That's probably one of the biggest factors you see as far as ice damming. Another big one is also, heat loss into the attic with the insulation. Most attics for residential industry, pre-90s, 2000s, don't have enough adequate insulation. So a lot of attics are, uninsulated, where you're starting to see the moisture build up in the attics and then leak around the bathroom vents. As far as also maybe, there might be a fan or a spotlight or a skylight. You're starting to see the moisture build up around the openings where it looks like it's causing a leak, but actually it's condensation building up between the attic and the temperatures.
Yeah, and I think, a lot of it, I hope if any of this rings with you guys listening or watching, is it might delay a call, right? The worst, you think it's a huge issue, you call kind of a local expert, such as ourselves, and then maybe it's something minimal. So really, I think you brought this up last week in a meeting, really the two quick signs of, is your home under-insulated, is if you actually walk outside, today would be a great day too, just with the snow and that. If you see no snow on your roof, and then your neighbor has a whole bunch of snow on his roof, generally that's usually the first sign, right, where you have very little insulation. So that's a quick way to find out on your own home if you may need insulation, and potentially you could have an ice dam. And then the second thing, you said the bathroom exhaust, right?
Yep, uninsulated. The ductwork in the bathroom that's going up through the attic to your vents. You have blown vents that go out the roof. A lot of the bathroom vents aren't even hooked up properly with homes that are built. So, insulating the ductwork in there, you see the condensation and moisture build up when they're not wrapped properly or insulated.
Nice. And today, so this is our first episode. Why not bring props, right? So ice dams. Over our few years, I know we've done a variety of things. Maybe it's HOA, property managers call us, hey, we got icicles, help us out. It's breaking into the unit. So we have a variety of kind of measures we can take. But the best remedy for you as a homeowner, and I don't think we have gloves, so this might deter our standard OSHA protocol, but is the hockey pucks. So let me show you as my mic drops. So we can zoom in here. First prop of the year right here. So these are calcium chloride. You remember putting these in pantyhose?
Yep.
So let me pull these out. So, oh, here we go, baby. So calcium chloride is actually what we'd put on these. So these things, you can get a box at local Gus Box, plug for Dyer, Indiana. About $25 to $40. And yeah, if you're having serious ice dam due to the insulation, you could just put these on the edging. I'd recommend gloves. Don't not wear gloves.
Don't not wear gloves and don't
as
rub your
English
eyes
as that
afterwards.
can be, right? So that's a quick tip. $25, $40. That's really a great product to have in your garage or just worst case situation. I know it's snowing now, but I think what was the 2 years ago, February, we got hit with what, 2 feet of snow?
Yeah, 2 years ago it was pretty bad. We ended up using snow rakes and then also steam machines, where actually the steam would melt the ice and the snow off the roof to prevent all the ice damming, which you start to see more and more with the winters that we're having.
Yeah, and a cool thing about these calcium chloride, you could buy it in 30, 50-pound bags. So this is the prefabricated model. You can put them in a pantyhose, throw it in your gutter. We're Total Roofing, so obviously anything on the roof we're really concerned about. Ice dams, clearly bad. However, hey, is calcium chloride good on shingles? The product lines say they're fine. The challenge, though, disclaimer is you really don't want to put it on a lot of metals as well. So again, this is a emergency solution if you got the 2-foot, 3-foot ice dams. So that's kind of our prop of the day. Just to give you something to go to maybe that local Ace or Menards or Home Depot. Good thing to have just as we start getting kind of the snow. But again, our big thing, core value is family. Part of it is protecting your guys' biggest investment. And we want to really talk about 3 big things that could really save you money this upcoming year, right? I know as much as you think, contractors, they're just trying to get business, but really we've been doing it long enough. There's things that we know we can help save you guys right now, which is first and foremost is going to be, you want to talk about the price increases?
Yeah, so right now as far as price increases, we're hearing as far as, commercial-wise, there's going to be a big commercial increase coming, right around February, March. As far as, residentially wise, the last 10 years, the shingle industry, has always been, price increase, usually 3-4 times a year. Usually they'll probably, start taking an effect usually around April as far as, asphalt products, the shingle industry. You're starting to see a little bit more raises in vinyl siding and along with metal products as far as aluminum coils and nails. So, if you do have a project as far as coming up for the season, you might want to take a look at getting, numbers as far as, to find out who you're going to go with as far as potential project-wise. Because just, delaying the project, 1 or 2 months can add, substantial costs as far as 3 to, 9%, depending on what type of property you guys are doing as far as projects.
So price is big, first and foremost. I think you said like 5 to 10%. Second thing, this is a perfect time. We're in January. Really to reach out, something we pride ourselves on here is really being kind of locally owned, residential and commercially to help kind of our community. So maybe using your Chat GPT or Google or AI or whatever your search engine is and get 2 to 3 other contractors, right? Because no one's putting up roofs or should be in the temperature we have right now. So really use your time, screen them out. We hope they're also sharing this info with you guys about the price increases because it just helps you. So those are really the top 2, pretty much price increases happening. Work with a local outfit that knows what they're doing. They're kind of reputable. And the third thing, insurance collectively. I know a lot of you guys, it's death, taxes, and insurance right now. That just seems to be the struggle bus. You want to touch base even on like the insurance side of it going into 2025?
Yeah, so as far as the insurance industry standard, You're starting to see more and more as far as deductibles raising, what coverages are covered as far as acts of God. Like right now, for instance, we have a big problem in California with the fires, so the insurance companies are starting as far as coverage wise, starting to back steps as far as what's covered, what's not covered. The biggest thing as far as homeowners insurance, when you're taking a look at your coverages, you want to see what type of deductible you have. As far as do you have hail and wind damage, code and ordinance, policy upgrades that goes into effect, and then also do you have a replacement cost insurance policy or do you have an ACV policy? Those are big factors as far as determining if there is a storm, when a storm hits, if you have damage, making a proper claim with the proper coverages, because a lot of insurance companies are changing as far as what their coverage is, demanding as far as what their deductibles are, the price increase, because all insurance companies' prices have increased years as far as going
I've seen
up.
Aaron Brockovich, so I know when things hit the fan,
Yeah.
whether they're going to come and help you out, that's a whole nother story. But again, I think a lot of what you said is, so Eric's shooting our camera today, so props to him for corralling. Justin and I have had more conversation in 30 minutes here. It's like roofing therapy, but he's throughout the whole year he's been kind of hitting on that things you said, like deductible, what type of coverage you have, reach out to a local agent. I think another one too is price shop. So every 2 to 3 years, we're not saying to switch if you have a family friend or local agent, but at least inquire maybe to another local specialist just to see, hey, are we even keel and things like that. We advise the same thing for our clients as well. Hey, is the service, up to the standard? But yeah, I think that's the third thing. I think, hey, if you need a big project, start that research now in terms of what products. There's a variety of different sidings and roofing materials. The second thing, once you know the material, hey, who are your 2 or 3 kind of contractors? And then 3 is read your policy. Actually, maybe just read the policy. You think that's probably a good start? Just maybe know your insurance policy?
Oh yeah, most homeowners, they look at their policies and what's the cheapest rate? Probably about 90% of homeowners probably don't even know what's really in their policy or the coverages that they actually have.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And we have a resource too, whether to your colleagues we could refer out if you have questions, even when it comes to your insurance. I think again, we're not storm restorations, the guys that are chasing storms. However, I think Orland, I think, was one of the largest storms of late, right over in Illinois.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, 2023, last year, Orland was one of the largest storms Illinois has had, probably in the last 10 years.
And then Orland and then Crown Point, where I'm over by, there was tornadoes out there. I think roofs were ripped off by Broadway. So we're seeing it more evidently. I know you mentioned California. State Farm's left. Florida left State Farm about 2 years ago. So just by being in the Midwest, we're seeing these events happen at a more frequent rate. Calumet City got hit last year. So we're getting more educated in it just because the weather is really impacting our clients and our neighborhoods. So really the first thing is just read your policy, know what is there, and if you are protected. But those are our big 3, I think, today for our first podcast. Is there anything you want to share a little further on about kind of our goals with it?
Our biggest goal is to, bring in people as far as knowledge to help you guys learn more and more. A certain product you guys want to learn about, installation, maybe something out of this industry as far as, something with the real estate or plumbing or HVAC as far as, just a completely different thing as far as learning, what should I do at home as far as upkeep and maintenance? What are a couple things that just help out around the house as far as, prolonging your furnace or your boiler and stuff like that.
Yeah, so like the boiler, prolonging your house. Another caveat, those 3 will save you $25 if you look into it now. But even if we look at last year, if you found yourself doing installation in your home, maybe putting in a new door, a new window, whether it was utilizing Total Roofing and construction, or you did it yourself, or maybe another local contractor, you could file that this year's taxes. So again, January 31st, tax filing starts. So additionally, just make sure you have those receipts, those contracts, because it's coming up, and it's really an investment. I think insulation, they always say, is the best return on your value.
Yeah.
And it's something you could do as well, but if you're not comfortable, obviously we do that or have the capabilities to help you out. So tax filing time's coming up in a few weeks, so get those receipts in or talk to your tax person. And I think we were talking about next month, we want the man, the myth, the legend, the old guy, Greg Cooper, to kind of sit in as well and just do the same. Just share some knowledge that really applies to you guys and some of the backstories on what TRC is and who we are, and give you kind of more insight as well. But no, for Chat TRC is what we're calling it. Kudos. Again, first at this, we're also going to do some social shout-outs. So you could like our Facebook, which is, I think, Facebook/Total Roofing and Construction, or Total Roofing on Instagram. Those are our two big socials we use. Or if you're in our industry, you want to meet up, LinkedIn as well. You can find us at Total Roofing and Construction, or go right to our webpage, which is, get a pen out, it's long, totalroofingandconstruction.com. But feel free to tag, comment, like on this, and hopefully this year we can help you guys out and share some knowledge and drop some golden nuggets and green nuggets too for you.